just got into a fight with my husband Jay. Usually when I fight with him, I start out calm and detached, keeping to reasons and facts, just like what a good lawyer would do during a court trial. Here's a scenario, and these are the facts. So did you or didn't you feed the bunny like I asked you to? Oh, you have, you say. Well, take a look at evidence A, the bunny droppings. But the more we argue, the more I degenerate into a crazy emotional woman that resembles a red-hot kettle, shrieking, clinking, and clattering out steam on all openings. He starts off heated, bellowing out incomprehensible, almost inhuman noises. The primitive Neanderthal side of him somehow gets the idea that if he could out-noise me and drown me out with bellows louder than what's coming out of me, he would win the argument. And then, as the argument progresses, he would cool down and talk like a normal, rational human being. By the end of the fight, he's almost a saint. It's funny because I can actually see him playing out the progression of the human evolution right before my eyes, from one transitional ancestor to the next, all within a span of 30 minutes or so. Anyway, this fight we had was a shortened version of that, owing to the fact that I was at work and we couldn't get too deep into it. Now, there are things people do that freaking annoys me. But when I see that exact behavior in my husband, the annoyance becomes 10 times as enraging. It's as if all the unexpressed, pented up agitation from other people finally gets a release, unfortunately, at him. For example, I hate it when people are so self-absorbed that they call to talk to you on the phone for hours complaining about their grievances and then proceed to hang up without so much as asking, "How are you?" See, I know they're calling me to basically use me as a vomit pail to verbally heave out all the drama that's going on in their lives. But I'm a nice person, so I would patiently listen, making empathetic sounds and react at appropriate times. But when it's my turn to talk, well then, all of a sudden, they have to go. With conversations like these, I end up feeling like a person who has been invited to play a game of tennis only to be left standing alone after enduring through a thrashing of balls thrown my way. Damn it, I'm all revved up to play, but when it's my turn to serve, all of a sudden they pack up to leave. So sorry, gotta go, but we'll do this next time, okay? Totally freaking annoying. Now, when my husband does this to me, well, let me just say, it feels 10 times as worse. Anyway, so being a reasonable lawyer type of arguer who doesn't present a case without sufficient evidence to back me up, I don't blow up at him right away. I collect evidence that would give proof to the accusation I would be making. This argument that I'm about to tell you was a result of that. So in this argument, I told him that I felt that he was acting as if his needs always come first, and he doesn't think about my needs. I'm tired of being the person who's always there for him, but not the other way around. He hangs up the phone whenever he wants to, and he talks until he's satisfied, not making sure that I'm satisfied too. With him, there's no such thing as taking care of his needs and then my needs. It's all just his needs. And then he says, "I gotta go." Predictably, he acted as if I just accused him of being Hitler and bellowed out Neanderthal-like barks that I interpreted as sounds that a person would make when they feel that they have been wrongly accused. So I continued. I told him that just now, during our 10-minute conversation, he called me to vent about his boss for 10 minutes straight. And after 10 minutes, when I was about to vent my frustrations about my work, he had said that he had to go and that he was too upset to talk. Doesn't he think that this is something a self-absorbed person would do? I asked. More Neanderthal noises from his end of the phone. Well, today's an exception, he said. When else did I do that? He said. By then, my voice was becoming, well, let's say, passionate. I presented him with evidence B, conversation from yesterday, and evidence C, conversation from 3 days ago. Now, sounding more human, he denied the evidence and started accusing me of taking advantage of his forgetfulness. Just because you have a better memory than I do, how can I argue against you? Sarcastically, he said I must be happy that I'm so smart that I win all the arguments. Whew, let me tell you, I was seething by then. What's more is that you don't try to call me to make me feel better. You're very hands off about my needs. You make me feel like I'm alone in taking care of my own crap. But with your needs, well, you're very insistent about it. Now, the saint version of Jay veered its haloed head. Okay, you need to calm down. You're not making any sense. I'm not yelling, so you shouldn't be either. Maybe it's a good idea that we talk after you calm down. And well, that did it. The Neanderthal I can roll my eyes at. But this saint? Oh my god. I look like a crazy person next to the saint. Where do you get off acting like a saint when we all know that you're the brute that caused this fight? After we hang up, I'm still completely revved up and just ugly thoughts start to brew and boil. When I'm in this state, the rose-colored glasses come off and rage-induced superpower suddenly allows me to see things clearly. I mean, crystal clearly. Ladies, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Through my temporary superpower, I see clearly that this is a pattern with him. This is an ongoing issue. This happens all the time, I realize, in my manic state. Oh, I just thought of another time he was so self-absorbed. Hey, there was this other time too. And that other time, when we were driving to San Diego, he was like that too. Oh my god, I can't live with a self-absorbed asshole. As my thoughts kept brewing, they took me to thoughts about divorce. When my temporary superpower is activated, his faults feel like they're the cause of all my suffering and therefore must be annihilated or divorced, or else they'll suffocate me to death. I swear I divorce this guy in my mind so many times a month it's not even funny. Just as I was plotting how I would divorce this guy, the phone rings. It's Jay. Hey, honey. I feel bad that we ended the phone conversation like that. I think I was just angry with myself more than I was angry at you. I'll think about what you said, and next time I'll make sure I ask how you are too, he says apologetically. Superpower gone and rose-colored glasses on. Aw, I'm really lucky to have you, Jay, I say. And that's how our argument